Welcome to Goddess on the Rise. I am your host, Sarah Brookberg, board certified life coach, board certified holistic health coach, and Ayurveda practitioner. Goddess on the Rise is all about empowering women, self-love, wellness, reclaiming the body you are in, and creating a life where you can come out on top. So buckle up, girlfriend. We are going for a ride. Hello, my beautiful angels. Okay, listen, I am just here to do a little update, but I'm in such a silly, goofy mood today. I think it's because the sun is shining on the island. And if you know anything about the island, you know it always rains here. So the sun's out. It's making me do some crazy shit over here. Like, I don't know what life is. Also, last night I got glutened, and I think the gluten is making me act silly or crazy or whatever. I don't know what is happening. But life is crazy. Life's a mess. I'm just going with it. So enjoy. Enjoy it today, my friends. Enjoy it today. Anyways, wow. Holy moly. Crazy. Life's been crazy. I say this, I feel like every freaking time, but honestly, looking back the last year of my life, it has literally been crazy. Something has happened every month, whether it's big or small. I don't think there's actually been anything small. I feel like every month something crazy big has happened, and I am tired. Your girl is tired, but I'm still moving on. I feel like that's a really good song. Okay. Quick little break for a cheers. You guys know if you're an oldie, you know we like to cheers our water, or in my case, my iced coffee. Don't judge me. Oof, that hits. That hits so good. I don't even know what coffee I ordered, but it is so good. I should be drinking my water. That's what your girl should be doing, but I'm not. I'm not drinking water right now. I will drink water later, though. I promise. Okay, so here's the thing. Thought I'd do a little update of like what is going on with the podcast. Podcasting has been one of my favorite things. I think I've told you that like 100 million times. I fucking love it. I love that you get on here and you listen to me talk. And I feel like for the most part, usually I provide some pretty good, solid content, advice, lifestyle stuff, or maybe just me gabbing and you like to fucking hear it. And if so, I am here for that. So here for that. But I wanted to tell you, one, I am finally back on the island. My husband comes home so soon. I'm so excited for that. But I wanted to make sure that I stayed consistent with the podcast, even though I think I missed an episode, which is totally fine. It is what it is. But we are going to be having some really incredible guests coming on the podcast. And honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, the list of people that I want on this podcast is freaking endless. But I have 2 podcast interviews set up. I'm going to try to keep the podcast going like every other week. Like I had planned, like we talked about in like one of the last episodes. So with that being said, this episode is going to go out today, and then the next episode you will see in 2 weeks. So not next week, but the week after. So I'm really excited about that. Here's why I'm telling you this, because I feel like in the past, I have not done guests very often. I have had a handful of guests on that have been really incredible, really beautiful, but it's been a while. So what I want to know from you, if you don't mind, number 1, letting me know, like, what is it that you would like to hear? So one of my next guests that's going to be coming on, she is going to talk a little bit about business and marketing. And I know that's not something that we have talked about on the show before, but honestly, I think that is such a freaking vibe, right? Because as you know, if you listen to the intro, this is kind of like the same thing that we've always talked about. Goddess on the Rise is all about empowering women. And yes, I talk a lot about self-love, wellness, reclaiming the body you are in, and of course, the tagline, creating a life where you can come out on top. But part of empowering women is letting you know, like, you're so capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do, right? And part of that might look like starting a business. And maybe you don't know where to start. Maybe you don't know how to market yourself. And that is what our next guest is going to come on and talk about. Then the other guest that I have coming on is going to be a super good friend of mine as well, and I cannot wait to get her on here. She is a hoot. I'm obsessed with her. You've seen her on my Facebook many, many times before. I'm not going to give it away yet. I'm not going to give it away, but she is going to talk about what it is like running an apothecary, and then also, I probably just give it away, but also talk about what she's been up to, some ways that she can help you, and just some really cool stuff that she has been up to and that she's doing. So that will be coming up here super soon. And really, I want to know from you, like, is there someone that you would love to have on the podcast that you would love to know more about? Is there a topic that you want me to cover? Because I am happy to do so. So please send me a message on Instagram, send me a message on Facebook, write a review. If you have been listening to this podcast for God knows how long, write me a review. I would love to hear from you. Please make it a 5-star review because reviews can really, like, fuck your shit up. So, if you love the podcast, leave me a review. I'm assuming you are, if you are almost 8 minutes into this episode and still here with me. So other than that, I don't have much for you today. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little update because you guys love those episodes, but I got here onto the island February 27th. And since then I don't know if you guys had saw, but I drove a van from North Dakota, where I was staying with my sister, all the way to the island by myself with just my, I think she was 16 weeks old puppy, and holy moly, it was crazy. I ran into 3 different winter storms. My nervous system after that was so taxed, and I'm so thankful that I have the tools that I have to know what to do to be able to kind of bring me down a little bit. But honestly, I still feel like I'm very much in freeze mode, just because of everything that I've been through the last year. My husband's still not home. I'm living on my own. That is not a fucking vibe when you are a woman. Not trying to scare any women out there that are on their own. You do you, boo. If you feel good, I'm glad. For me, I have so much anxiety and anxiousness with this. So although it's a vibe, I do love being alone. I really am enjoying it. I'm not too much alone. I have Briar, my puppy, and she definitely keeps me so fucking busy, you guys. So fucking busy. But other than that, I've been going through each room in the house and getting it set up, and I had to unload the van that I drove all by myself that had 15 million totes and shit in it, and unpack it all and put it away and get things together and get things going. So things have been crazy over here, and I have really allowed myself to just be in it and kind of go through the motions of getting all of this taken care of myself. On top of all that, I came home to my car battery being dead. I did know about it ahead of time because the person that I had doing my car in my house, coming in and check on things, she told me that it was dead, which I got thoughts about that. Got some thoughts about that. Anyways, doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I had to call a tow truck, and then I had to get it towed to AutoZone to get the battery changed because I didn't have a vehicle to go get a battery and change it myself. I also didn't have the tools because when we unpacked the house, the one part we didn't unpack much of was the garage, because we were like, oh, we're not going to need any of this. So my husband has these huge ass husky boxes is what they're called, really. And they're massive, I would say it's almost like a very heavy duty tote box. And usually military members will use them for deployment and have them shipped over, there's like a time frame that you can have them shipped over when you are deploying. And we didn't have our household goods, so he couldn't get his shipped over. And so because of that, literally we have 2 of them and they're stacked on top of each other and they're full. He uses them like when he's not deployed, he uses them for like his tools and stuff. But I couldn't even like get in there. It was so tall. They are massive boxes. So like I could not get to the tools. And I was like, fuck it. USAA has a free tow. I'm going to use that. We tried to jump the battery first. That didn't work. I just needed a new one. So I had to get that done. I had to get my oil changed. Then when I got my freaking tow, I looked at the back of my car and I noticed that my plates were expired. And not just like a little expired. They had been expired since November. And it is now February. So I had a freak out moment about that. Had to go get all that taken care of. So life has been crazy. Life's been a mess over here. I've been dealing with a lot. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for a time when it's going to slow the fuck down. Because like I just need to breathe. And that is why you have probably not seen me post much about business. And honestly, it's because I have just been working from behind the scenes. I have my Plus and Peace program going. My girls in there are amazing. I have a couple one-on-one clients other than the Plus and Peace girls. So I'm just enjoying like the fruition of like the work that I put in back in November, December. And now I just get to like be with them and not have to worry about any launches or any posting. I'll probably get back to all of that super soon. But in the meantime, my main goal is just to keep my podcast going, bring on some amazing guests for you guys. So that way you still feel like, you're kind of getting something, and just be able to like help you, just be able to support you in whatever it is that you're going through. But again, I don't know what that is if you don't tell me. So happy to like bring on some guests that you're like, man, I could really use some support in this area, or really like, I would love to hear more about this. So you tell me what you need. And then as a podcast host, I can help you with that. Crazy thought. I know. And just remember, like I wear a lot of different hats, right? So I'm a board certified life coach. And with that, I am board certified in like 8 different healing modalities. That includes like NLP, FIRES method, success coaching. You're probably like, what are all these words that she's using? And it's totally okay if you don't know, because they are like, it's out there, right? But if you're like, maybe this is in Sarah's wheelhouse, literally just ask. The worst I can say is like, I don't know anything about that, but I can find out something about that, right? And then, I'm a board certified holistic health coach. So the amount of stuff I know about your gut, hormone health, HTMA testing, gut testing, hormone testing, nutrition. And then on top of that, I'm an Ayurveda practitioner. I have a bachelor's degree in that. I studied it for over 3 years. And I'm a nurse. So my wheelhouse is big. It is large. I am here to serve. And I think that is why I have so many different things that I love to do, because one of the things that I am passionate about is truly helping people. But one thing about me, my human design, is I am a projector. And if you don't know what that is, I am going to have a guest on soon talking about human design. But basically what that means is like, I love to help, but the biggest thing is waiting for the invitation to help, right? So like I can only help so much from so far away. So that is the update. I love you so much. I want to hear from you. Slide into my freaking DMs, okay? Tell me that you're listening, babe. And if you're like, where do I even find you? Maybe you've just been listening to my podcast, which I'm going to tell you a story about this real quick. But maybe you've been listening to my podcast and you don't follow me on social media. It is literally my name. Google my name, Facebook my name, TikTok my name, Instagram my name. You will find me. Sarah, Sarah, Brooke, Brooke, Berg, Berg, Co. Okay? You put that in on TikTok, I'm on there. You put that in on Instagram, I'm on there. On Facebook, I'm on there, or Facebook's literally also just, I have a Facebook page and then also just a Facebook name. Find me, follow me, add me as a friend. Like, let's chat. Like, I really want this to be such a good community. Real quick, before I go, I was going to tell you about something. I can't even remember what it was now. Shit. This is my life with ADHD. Speaking of ADHD, I also have something. I'm not telling you exactly what it is, but it's a secret little project I've been working on. It's super low-key fun. Not a lot of pressure, but it might just happen to be another little situation, and it's going to be like for the military spouses. So if you're a military spouse following me, you might want to keep your eye out. I might be doing this. I can't tell you what it is yet. But I just might be doing it. Stay tuned. I love you. I mean it. Send me a message. Let me know what you are listening, which episode you're listening to. Let me know what you want to see in the future. And, this story I was going to tell you. So funny. So, like, when I first decided, I don't know if you've been here since the beginning, but when I first decided that I wanted to do this podcast, I was listening to other podcasts that was kind of in this genre, right? And I started listening to this podcast. It was like self-love letters or something like that. And the girl's name was Seka. Like that was her like tag name or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So then I enrolled into my life coaching certification program. I think that was like 2019, 2020. I can't remember the exact time. And there was this girl in the program as like a mentor, and her tag was Seka. And I was like, what the fuck? And then at one point I was like, hey, like, do you have a podcast called this? And she's like, yes. And I was like, oh, I used to listen to your podcast. Like, how fucking aligned is that, right? Didn't follow her on social media, only listened to her podcast, and then she just happens to be in the same corner of the internet that I am in. Wild. Absolutely fucking wild. Tell me this world is not small. Tell me this world is not small. Mind blown. Absolutely fucking mind blown. Anyways, there's that. That's what I wanted to tell you about. So, okay, I'm done. I love you. This was supposed to be a short episode. But you know me, I'm a talker. I cannot wait to get a message from you telling me what it is you want to see. All right, I hope you have an amazing week. I will be back in 2 weeks with a very special guest. Okay, I love you. I mean it. Goodbye.